Okay, it's time for a new pickups video, and as you can clearly see, it's of a Xbox 360 game, and it's of the game Aliens vs Predator. Now, I have played this game before on the PlayStation 3, which I think was given to me as a birthday or Christmas present. Can't remember which one, because it was such a long time ago. And one of the real reasons why I decided to pick this up again is because at some point I do want to stream this game, and unfortunately I have no means at the moment to stream from my PS3. And with having the Xbox One S and the Xbox Series X, Aliens vs Predator is actually backward compatible for both consoles. And when I did pick this up about a day ago, I did try out to see whether or not, just to double check to make sure if it was, and it actually was, because it gave you a little information saying to you that if you want to play this game, you can update the actual software so it is backward compatible. For £3, I think this is actually a very good price. The actual condition of the box isn't completely great, it's all right. I do have a spare case somewhere for a game which I bought twice and I didn't know I had. Don't worry, it was a game that I bought for £1 twice, so I can just swap the case if need be, or maybe look on eBay for another case. This was developed by Sega. I do remember that this game you could play as 3 different characters. You could play as the Marine, you could play as the Predator, or you can play as the Aliens, and then you get it's basically the same kind of a story, but from their perspective. Now, obviously you've got the Aliens franchise, which is also a big, massive franchise, and you've got the Predator franchise. And for years, many people have wanted to see the two enemies, or whatever you want to call them, clash. Especially when in Predator 2, where there were it did show that the Predator have hunted aliens before. We've had the various different Aliens and Predator movies. There was an Aliens Marines game which wasn't very good. It was half finished, and there was a long history behind as to why that game was kind of a mess. And then we've had Alien Isolation, which I think is a very, very underrated game. Don't get me wrong, it's got problems here and there. But Aliens Isolation is actually a very, very good game. It does pick up as you get more and more into the game. There is a DLC where you can play as Ripley, because in the main game you're playing as Ripley's daughter, and that's available on pretty much all consoles, including the Nintendo Switch, which I've heard that Alien Isolation on the Nintendo Switch is actually really, really, really good. So if you got that and you want to play it on the go or on your TV, that may be the way to go. I heard it's a very good version. It does have all the DLC in it, so that might be what you may want to do if you do have a Nintendo Switch, of course. But as I said before, when I was looking at the reviews at the time when I got given it, and then even recently where I've looked at it, debating whether to get the game or not, there were some shortcomings with problems with the actual game. But it seems to be what the consensus that I seem to get is, as time's gone by, people have started to appreciate this game more and more and more. And I think it's because of the fact that there hasn't been a very good Aliens game. Obviously, this is Aliens vs Predator game. Aside from, as I said before, Aliens vs Predator, not Aliens vs Predator, Aliens Isolation, that there hasn't been really any good Aliens games. So I am kind of would be surprised that now people have a higher appreciation for the actual game itself. But I remember playing it and having a lot of fun playing with different playing as the Marine, and playing as the Alien, playing as the Predator. I mean, it would be nice if somebody could do a remake of this, or a completely new modern update, because the actual different play mechanics that you use playing as 3 different protagonists actually worked. In my book, again, not without faults here and there that were a bit frustrating, but I remember playing, but I did actually enjoy it. And as I said before, backward compatible on the Xbox One and the Series X. For me, this was actually a no-brainer, and at £3. I've seen it Other places for about $2.99, so it's a shy penny off what I paid. But it keeps going in and out of stock, and I've seen it elsewhere for much more. I'm going for a much more higher value than that. So for me, the £3 was actually a good price. I did clean off the actual casing. And what I would recommend people do is that if you're buying cases secondhand, say video games, whether it's from CX or even Blu-rays and DVDs, wherever the format packaging may be, I do recommend people cleaning the actual cases, because I used an bacterial cleaning wipes on the thing, and the amount of dirt that I actually got by the time I ended up scrubbing the case from top to the bottom, I was very shocked at the amount of how dirty the wipes got after cleaning it all. So kind of bear that in the future, and especially if you're removing stickers off this, you're gonna have to, you might be unfortunate to have this sticker residue, which I don't know what they seem to glue down with super glue or something. So again, this is an 18, so it's actually very gory, so kind of bear that in mind as well, if that's not your kind of cup of tea. This was made by Sega, which obviously, you know, and they kind of really went hard out on their games, which they don't seem to do much more now. They seem to be more focused on Sonic these days, and especially with the Sonic movies, which have actually been very good, and for Knuckles' upcoming Paramount Plus series, which I'm looking forward to seeing. They seem to be focusing more of that, which is a shame because it got some big franchises. This was, as I was, published by Sega, and the game was developed by Rebellion, and they've actually been good with their games. So you know, and it says Hunter, Survivor, Prey, enter the most savage fight in the universe, 3 single campaigns, and the ultimate multiplayer experience, which I don't know if it's going to be active. Predator, Alien, Marine, survive the horror with 3 playable species. So at least you know you're going to get 3 different types of gameplay. And most of the weapons that you've seen the Predator used in most of the movies, you get to use all those, and he's cloaking and his laser mount cannon. So that's kind of great. And then the Marines gun, so that's kind of great as well. So we can remove these stickers now. So now we can finally do it. But yeah, I'm really glad we're going to have to clean this again, because obviously with the sticker residue, that I managed to pick this up at a good price, because I've seen it in the past going for nearly double that price, and I'm not prepared to kind of overpay. If I can get something at a good price, I'll get it. If I can't, then what I'll do is what I normally do with most things is that I just wait it out, and then eventually it comes down to a reasonable price that's gonna I find reasonable. But what I do like with the Xbox console, although I know that Xbox isn't doing very well compared to you know, just people the PS5 and especially the Nintendo Switch, what I do appreciate with the Xbox consoles is that obviously is their backward compatibility on their video games. I know that it's not 100% their games catalog is backward compatible, but most of the games that I've wanted, which I never got round to playing, because I never had an Xbox up until maybe a few years ago. Like most of the big games that I wanted to play, like the Halos and stuff like that, and the Gears of War and the Fables are backward compatible. So, and they're actually cheaper to buy physically, because obviously if you're using a disc format to put them in, then buying it digitally on the Xbox store, which you can buy it digitally, but they seem to be a lot more expensive. So just paying £3, like for example, Hitman Absolution is backward compatible on the Xbox One and Series X, and at the time I only paid £1, I think, for the physical Xbox 360 disc, and then they wanted at one point, I don't know what it is now, but it was sometime like a year ago, a year or two ago, they wanted £15-13 for it, and I only paid £1. So you can do the maths there. Obviously, if you've only got digital, then obviously you're going to be stuffed, because you're going to have no choice to play that. But that's why I do love the pack. It's a shame that Sony didn't really made the effort with making their stuff back up, especially the PS3. I know it was complicated with the PS3 chip that they use in the console, so it makes it a lot difficult. But yeah, this is the disc, rated 18. It's pretty much in good condition. A little bit some scratches here and there, but nothing too much where I think it's gonna have problems with the console running it, because it's not like a deep scratches or cracks. But yeah, I'm looking forward to itching to try this game out again. Maybe I'll get some gamer points by playing this again. But yeah, I will be doing, hopefully there's no copyright music on this, although I'll be probably playing on Twitch first and then exporting it to YouTube. So using the YouTube Studio I can just mute it, but hopefully that won't be the case with games. So yeah, look forward to me doing a playthrough of this game at some point in the future. So whether it's live on Twitch or you'll see the campaigns on YouTube, so keep an eye on that sometime in the future. So that was Aliens vs Predator for the Xbox 360, which is backward compatible on the Xbox One and Series X. Anyway, I hope people found this video informative, and please feel free to share with your friends and family. If you can give this video a thumbs up, I really appreciate that. That will allow people to find my YouTube channel and content on the YouTube recommendation page. This is because of the YouTube algorithms favor the bigger YouTubers, so their channels and content get advertised in there. So that will allow me to find new viewers and subscribers. Speaking of subscribers, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see unboxings like this. Video gameplay, comics, there's loads of various different stuff that I do on my channel, so it's just something for everybody. So for Christmas we hit 500 subs, so a big thank you to the subs, old and new, because without the subs and the viewership I wouldn't be where I am. So a big thank you to all of you for subscribing to my channel, even the ones who maybe have subscribed and unsubscribed. So a big thank you to all of you. We're nearly at 600 subs, so we should be getting there very shortly. So again, feel free to consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. The next milestone will be 1,000 YouTube subs, which will be a long while before we get there. But eventually when we do, maybe I'll try to do something special, who knows what. We'll do something then when we get there. But in the meantime, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe. And I'll speak to you again in my next video. Bye for now.